On this episode of China Uncensored, Chinese state-run media covers the Yangtze River ferry disaster. Oh, what's that, Shelley? Ah, yes, rescue. The Yangtze River ferry rescue. Hi, welcome to China Uncensored. I'm your host, Chris Chappell. On June 1st, a cruise ship carrying 456 passengers and crew capsized in a storm while traveling up China's Yangtze River. It's the worst nautical disaster in China since the 1940s. And of course, first responders headed to the scene. And as usual, in a national disaster like this, you want your first responders to be strong, brave, and hot. Yes, hot! That's the focus of not one, but several articles in Chinese state-run media related to the Yangtze River ferry rescue. Like this one in the People's Daily. The headline reads, "On the rescue line, China's hottest guys are all here." Now perhaps you're looking at all these pictures of, I guess, sort of good-looking guys, and thinking to yourself, might this not be that appropriate? I mean, didn't more than 400 people just die? And if you have subversive thoughts like that, you're pretty much like most people in China who read those headlines. A wave of angry criticism washed over the Chinese internet with comments like this one. People's Daily, why don't you just go die? How could you come up with a headline like this when you have so many layers of reporters and editors looking at it? So how do headlines like this actually happen? Well, first a little context. Over the decades, China has seen its share of disasters, just like other countries have. But in China, often natural disasters are also kind of man-made. Like the 2008 Sichuan earthquake, a natural disaster made way worse because of low-quality construction, a result of poor safety standards and widespread corruption. But even obviously man-made disasters like coal mine collapses and train crashes all have one theme when it comes to state-run media coverage. Rescue, rescue, and more rescue. Now, when disaster strikes in, say, the US, the media do cover the rescue. But they're also allowed to ask tough questions, like, why did this happen? Who is responsible? How could it have been prevented? And they do ask those questions. And that's probably healthy for society. In America. But obviously, you don't understand the special situation in China. You see, those kinds of so-called tough questions actually disrupt social harmony. You don't need people to look for shortcomings after disasters. You need people to pull together, like these heroic first responders standing in front of the setting sun. You need people to be touched, like this article in People's Daily called "Eastern Star Sinking, the Moments That Touched You and Me." And you need people to focus on the real heroes. Wait, not that guy. Nope, not him either. Here we go. Real hero Chinese Premier Li Keqiang. There have been so many photos of Li Keqiang holding bullhorns, directing the minutiae of the rescue effort, that the only conclusion you can draw is that the Communist Party's top leadership is handling all the details and is ultimately responsible for any lives saved. But here's the real tragedy of the tragedy. Out of 456 people on board, only 2 were rescued. 12 others survived, either swimming or drifting to shore. But all the heroic rescue efforts only saved 2 people. Now, I'm not blaming the first responders. When a boat full of elderly people capsizes so quickly, it's hard to save everyone. But when you're state-run media, and you're required to spin this failed rescue effort into a matter of national pride, what else can you say? That the first responders looked hot. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot do you think China's first responders are? Leave your comments below and be sure to subscribe for more China Uncensored. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time. Do you like Chinese dumplings? Of course you do. That's why many of you have already been using hashtag dumpling selfie ahead of our June 26th dumpling eating contest. Yes, on June 26th, in the middle of Times Square, you can watch me eat so many dumplings that I'll never eat dumplings again. for a couple of days at least. I'll be joining other YouTube folks as part of New Tang Dynasty Television's International Taste Asia event. You can come to Times Square on the evening of Friday, June 26th to watch live or check it out in our live stream. If you don't know about this yet, here's how you can participate. Take a photo of yourself eating dumplings and post it to Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Make sure to hashtag dumpling selfie and use @TasteAsiaNYC in your post. We'll select the best photo and we'll fly the winner and a guest to the 2016 competition in Times Square next year. So start eating those dumplings. Just not so many we have to send in hot guys to rescue you.